Aloha and good morning. This is Dr. Robert Cassar here, and we're going to talk about today about some of the things that I get hundreds of emails a week about. Doc, what do I do to get started with your style of lifestyle? I really want to learn what you know. I really want to understand what you're talking about. How do I start? Where do I engage? So today's going to be a basic training, getting started. Okay, and getting started is not easy, but then again, it's not hard either. So I'm going to lay out a few different ideas for you, disciplines and concepts. Okay, and remember, getting started is just like getting started with any job. It's not easy in the first 2 weeks to the first few months because you got to learn some different things. So what we're going to do today is go over, first of all, remember, getting started means you have to start educating yourself. You just have to start critical thinking. Okay, critical thinking. Not just what you hear, not just what I'm saying to you, or not what anybody's saying to you, but it's to be able to investigate things and really get yourself a companion to be able to sometimes be able to go over a lot of the different information you're finding out that you want to actually put into your world. So this is a big problem in our life right now, in our lifetime, is because we've got so many different assaults coming from every angle you could imagine. So this workshop's very simple. It's getting started. But you really have to see the big picture first a little bit. And I've got hundreds of videos on YouTube, on Earthshift Project YouTube. Let's see, right here. And you can just go on this YouTube channel, and we've got hundreds of YouTube videos for you to catch up on. So you can see right here the last video I just posted, well, just a few hours ago, and we got about 900 views or so. And this is for sanitizing the hair mites out of your head. Okay, parasites, delousing and detoxifying the skull, the scalp, okay, the face, wrinkles, hair mites, dust mites. You wouldn't believe what grows in your scalp: dandruff, seborrhea, all different types of skin conditions. Okay, scaling, just in the morning when you wake up, sleet in your eyes. Almost every disease I can throw anything at is because it's because the body's toxic, and once it becomes toxic, then parasites start to come into the door. And there are different protocols that you can do to be able to enhance a lot of these dysfunctions, like losing your hair. Could it be possible that it's a hair mite? Could it be possible? Okay, in my opinion and my side of the fence, I think it's very, very probable. Not possible. That means it's less than 50%. I'd say probable, more than 50%, that most people's wrinkles, hair mites, that invade their pores, that assault the body and cause the body to react. So we go over a lot of different ideas, okay, to be able to sort of tick off one little section at a time, to be able to, if you're losing your hair like this gent right here, okay, then you would want to, well, maybe follow some of the protocols and see what happens. You can see on this one right here, what could be living inside a beer belly. I put that up a little while ago. It's got about 70,000 views. And you can see the big extended belly right here, okay, and as people become more inflamed, more clogged, more demineralized, more dehydrated, this is the typical situation and scenario. How do you rid yourself of all this? It's not easy. So we have hundreds of videos, okay, on our channel, and you can see just going through them here, talking about fasting to disconnect parasites, okay, the miracles of fasting, disconnecting the addictions through fasting. 15-year-old France Ohana interview on his life transformation, coming up to our Hawaiian detoxification retreat. We have lots of different layers for you to play in, so don't get confused. Remember, we've been doing this for a long time. I've been taking care of people, really helping people, and serving people, and myself, to be able to really find out what works on people. what works, getting them back to health. And once you're healthy, then what works to optimize your health or to optimize your mind, okay, or to optimize anything is to become aware and to really learn. So watch the videos. You can learn a lot of good information on these. They do take time, and it does take effort. It just does. I study 2-3 hours every morning just to keep up on new events and a worldly look at the situations, from chemtrails to GMOs to vaccines to dead doctors dying because of finding out some information. Okay, just information on politics, on money, and really on regeneration and detoxification. That's what I really like to spend most of my time on. But there are other layers that invade the health region. Okay, it's not just learning about health, but it's actually learning about all these other systems that are put in place. So most likely you may not get your health, and or once you get sick, you may never ever get back healthy again. So we have a channel here, which is really good. Go ahead and learn what you can on that. And when you step up to the next layer, you want to come to our channel here. It's called Earther Academy. And this is more for advanced learning protocols, disciplines, and concepts of what I've done. Remember, I've seen over 150,000 patient office visits over 35 years. Seeing different patients, I'm 56 years old, seeing different people react to different types of protocols. And what we've tried to find out is, how do people actually become their own doctor and self-treat themselves? How do you? It's not easy. So Earther Academy's put together many different layers of information. Okay, as it says, thousands of people have benefited from the amazing effects of terrain modification, which is the underlying principle of all techniques taught here at Earther Academy. The question is, are you ready for the challenge? So take back your health, as it says, but then again, you're going to have to be able to take back, your awareness and your power. Now, we've got this set up for you very, very nicely. We've got several different key connections for you to be able to engage yourself with different layers. Okay, we also have an academy, not academy, but we have a lifestyle makeover community. It's worldwide. We have tens of thousands of members here. It's free to sign up. And we've got lots of people here that are talking to each other. And they're all on a similar program. They want to get healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise. It's real simple. So this is our Earthshift community, and this is earthshiftproject.com. Again, it's free. And the next layer that I want to introduce you to is, of course, engaging. We've put together Earthshift, put this over here in the corner, earthshiftproducts.com. And Earthshift is a beautiful way, let me tell you, for you to be able to really have as many different products. And let me tell you, everything's at a discount, free shipping for all new customers. We have like an order on right now, 20% off all orders over $50. Okay, we're already at a discount. My family lets me do this company. We don't make any money doing this. This is part of a study that we're doing here, and we find out that you got to have, just like the student store. When you go to school, you have to go to the lab. Well, you got to go to the student store and get yourself some lab supplies. And so there are some supplies that you need to get. Okay, it's essential for your well-being to be able to have some product, just like being a carpenter and having tools of the trade. Okay, so right now you're a carpenter and you're going to need some tools to be able to help detox yourself and help remineralize yourself, help regrow back your gut wall flora, help regrow back some of your nervous system. You need essential minerals. essential oils, essential salts. Okay, there are lots of different, I call, essential tools. Now, having organic food is very smart, because once you find out that your food is contaminated, then you're going to want to switch away from insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, or genetically modified foods. These are pretty much the majority of the foods that you will find in the store, just so you know. So Earthshift, as you can see, I'm just going to click on superfoods here. We have lots of different products, lots, that you could go ahead and actually do an exchange program. An exchange program means that what you're going to do is you're going to take away things out of you're not going to just add things. You're going to take away and you're going to exchange them for something else. Okay? So there's a lot of upgrades to do, and a lot of enhancements, as I call them, and a lot of optimization, because that's when you start to live a more vital life. You start to live an optimal life when you start to use any products, okay, that have chemicals, synthetics, hormones, antibiotics. You wouldn't believe what's in personal care products. You wouldn't believe what's in conventionally grown food. You're not going to believe it. But then again, there's lots of documentaries that I want you to watch. Lots of people have gone out of their way to be able to really share with you information. And it's not just you looking at information. Remember, you have to take action. Okay, so remember, this is getting started, and there's so much to do. Let's just start with the minimum. Most people do not want to change their diet at all. So they'll change a few things around, but they really don't want to change the meat and potatoes and the foods that they've been eating for years, if not all their life. So what we're going to do is we're going to firstly go through some of the things that anybody can do just to upgrade their external life. External. So the first thing, okay, is I always like to tell people, guys, you need to start adding more liquids into your diet. Liquids. Remember, we're just going over the basics here. The Liquids of Vitality, if you look those up, Dr. Robert Cassar, Liquids of Vitality, and you'll find out that I have lots of videos on YouTube on how to make very special, what I call elixirs. Some of the elixirs are good for detoxification, some are good for remineralization, and some are good for just washing things out. So remember, liquids is going to get you healthier, and eating more cooked and solid food, especially GMOs, especially foods that are fake, like processed foods, just fast foods, okay, fast foods, okay, that's why they're fast. And if you take off the S off of fast, what do you get? You become what fast foods gives you, fat foods, you get fat. So we're going to go over, like I said, a lot of these different pieces. These are workshops. They do take some time. Okay, it's not the quickest thing in the world to learn. Now, if you want to learn it on your own, remember, just like I did and many other people do, please do. Bring us information. That's what the community is for everybody to share, you know, recipes, what they're doing, their transformations, and all these different things that make life fun. Is because when you find out something that actually helped you out a lot, then what would you do? You'd want to tell your friend. So if you just go through the website here, you'll go through beverages, there's nutritional products, cacao products, nuts, seeds, grains, coconut products, healthy snacks, spices and sweeteners, dried superfruits, okay, the super greens is what I call them, and protein replacement from meat. Now, you can still, of course, add this idea of these different types of foods to your diet, but it's nice to be able to really change it up. Remember, if you're not happy with yourself right now, then most likely you're ready to change it up. And remember, there's 100 million diabetics out there. And everything I'm telling you guys is not to treat disease. It's not to treat those types of problems. You'll find out that most of the diseases are symptoms, okay? Symptoms lead to names, so you can, well, call yourself attention deficit syndrome. And maybe it's because of many different factors like toxicity, sugar, okay? Maybe it's because of your water supply, okay? Fluoride. There's a lot of pieces, and all you can do is check off a little piece at a time. Do as much as you can, do your best. Remember, it's a project. That's why we call it our shift project. Everything's a project. And it does take time, so do what you can in the beginning. But what I would do, coming to the website, if you have $200 or $300 to spend, you get free shipping on your first order anyways. But then after that, we have shipping promotions all the time to get free shipping. We do also do international shipping also. And what I would do is I would go through and pick a few things out of each category. Okay, I will give you some ideas, but everything we sell is good. We don't sell anything that's GMO. Okay, GMO, no. We try to stay in the best layer of confidence that we can for you. Okay, it's very hard to find these foods traveling around the world. It's very, very hard to weed through all the brokers and deal directly with people. So we can give you the best deal. Like I said, my family lets me do this company, okay? And I'm not sure how much longer we'll be doing this. It's because it's not easy. It takes education for people to be able to upgrade. But for right now, we've got this beautiful machine in action. Again, we also have Acedamy in action. We also have Earth Shift Project, the community in action, and our YouTube channel. Now, I would personally try, if you're drinking coffee, I would personally switch over to yerba mate. Let's go to yerba mate for a second. Yerba mate, you need to know that you have to be very careful on buying other yerba mates, because if it's smoked, I wouldn't touch it. If you look up yerba mate on the computer, you'll find out smoked yerba mate is definitely not good. It's got polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. And when I was in Brazil, Peru, we saw how they were smoking some of the stuff. You don't want anything smoked, really, because you don't know what they're smoking it with. Pallets, you just don't know, okay? You just don't know, personally, and you don't want to swallow the smoke. That's why grilled hamburgers that are charred, or charred meat, or charred fish, or charred anything gives nitrosamines and different types of really bad reactions in the stomach. It's the same as sodium nitrate or preservatives. So I would get the loose tea is what I get, and it's not expensive. Okay, look, MSRP $17.99, $12.99, and this is the best. Remember, we find the best of the best of the best products, and bring them to you. Of course, this is what I use. Oh, you bet. That's one of the benefits that we get for the family and everything else and friends, is because we bring in all these products and make it so we can use them too. And the bags on these are beautiful. They're bisphenol A-free, food-grade bags. Okay, so you never throw the bags out. And I want to show you right here. You can see the Ziploc area right here. Okay, and at the very, very top, let me see if I can't get my cursor on there. But there's a Ziploc you can see there, about an inch below the bag where it's sealed. And at the very top, you want to try to make sure always that you get bags that are Ziploc or locked first before they seal the top, because it puts in a lot of toxicity when they heat sink the plastic. So yerba mate is one of my choices to be able to switch over from coffee to yerba mate tea. It's got a lot more detoxification. Okay, the energy is way more grounded. It's not a nervous energy, because a lot of coffee actually will age you, unless it's organic. Let me tell you. Okay, we grow coffee here on the farm, and we have about 2,000 coffee trees. And coffee's not easy to grow, and we don't spray our coffee. But let me tell you, I watch everybody else that has coffee. Insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. You bet. Okay, you bet. So you got to be really careful. Organic only. You'll find out when you do switch over to the yerba mate tea. The yerba mate tea is very smooth. It's going to make you go to the bathroom because it's a detoxifier, and it helps loosen up the intestinal tract. And these are just my first first picks here. I would also get hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea is a really super healthy snack for you to ingest, and it's not like a hot tea. I like to just cold brew it, and you can cold brew the yerba mate also. And the hibiscus flower is just full of vitamin C. And here's some nice recipes on the website right here. Half a gallon pure water. Make sure your water's pure. And if you don't have a steam distilled water machine, you can get one on Earth or Acedamy. We'll talk about that later. You do want to have clean water, and I wouldn't buy your water because it's not clean. You put 2 tablespoons of hibiscus flower in there, 15 to 20 drops of ionic magnesium, which we'll go over, 2 tablespoons of living silica. I put about half a dropper full of the fulvic minerals. It's 2 to 3 drops, but about 6 to 8 I usually do. And you brew that all together. They'll show you how to do it on the recipe, and it makes the beautiful, best drink. It tastes like Kool-Aid. And we have liquid stevia. Stevia is really good to be able to stop the sugar. It's one of the things you want to do is slow down your sugar load. Most people take in about 200 pounds of sugar a year, which is ridiculous. That's why everybody's so overweight. Okay, it's just not healthy. Remember, there's 100 million obese people in the United States. We are the 2nd fattest country in the world, and the most sickest country in the world in many ways, health-wise, mental, okay, emotional. So I would also go ahead and get the hibiscus flower too. And let's just go to the next one, nutritional products. Camu Camu is a beautiful product. Camu Camu is when I was in the rainforest a few months ago, we went to the Amazon and went to one of our organic farmers. His name's Martin, and he took us across in this little boat on a canoe made out of a tree. And I never got a chance to see the Camu Camu, what it takes to be able to really put this stuff together. Camu Camu is one of the most powerful vitamin C containing plants there is. And it's real vitamin C, okay? In fact, right here, I have my Camu Camu right here. This is Camu Camu. I have about 20 drops of magnesium in here, some silica, and I've got a full squeeze lemon, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of MSM, and about maybe 6 or 7 drops of our organic liquid stevia. Tastes like a citrus drink. Because remember, Camu Camu, it's full of vitamin C. It's got a citrusy taste to it. It's actually really good. Okay, full of vitamin C, excellent to add to your system. Why? Because everybody needs vitamin C. So how do you get your vitamin C? Well, you can get it through eating 1,000 oranges full of sugar. Most of those, remember, are seedless, and you want to try to stay as much as you can with seeded products. Anything without seeds, don't eat it. Anything that's not organic, if you can, don't eat it. And if you do buy non-organic, you better wash it really good with some of our Dr. Bronner's soap. I'd learn how to do it that way. And or you can use some of our hydrogen peroxide we have too. But Dr. Bronner's soap usually takes off the pesticides right away. But it's still in the food. And of course, you don't want to have GMOs at all. So Camu Camu is beautiful. There's a list of all different powders that we have here. All the powders we have are beautiful to be able to do different things with. Okay, Lucuma powder tastes like coconut dough. Goji powder, again, is loaded full of polysaccharides. Goji means life force. Polysaccharides, as you're going to find out in the future, you want to eat foods that actually have polysaccharides. So we're just going to go through a few things here real quick. Like I said, this is part 1. It's very basic. And I would also get some cacao products. I would get cacao butter. I have cacao butter right here. This is excellent to put on your skin. This is excellent to eat. Okay, it's excellent to use on top of like your salad and grate it down there. It makes it look like cheese, and the oils are phantasmal. These are really good along with coconut oil. The Ariba cacao nibs, I'm eating some cacao right here. This is a cacao paste, and the cacao paste is loaded full of what I call brain food. It cuts down your appetite too, so if you're hungry, cacao is really good to be able to, and you got to make sure it's real cacao, because most of the cacao's genetically modified, CCN 51, and you can see ours says Arriba cacao paste or Arriba cacao powder. Okay, let me just click on the Arriba cacao nibs, and most of the cacao I see, they're not. Okay, look, $12.99 for a pound. What a deal! That bag cost us 50 cents. Okay, the bag we put it in there, and they'll last even though the expiration date will say a couple years or whatever it is. I've had cacao for 10 years sealed in these bags, and we were going to sell to survival people before, to survival clubs and stuff. So we started packaging in these really good packages. Once they're open, you can either keep them in the refrigerator or keep them on the shelf, but just shut it really good. Make sure all the air's out. So there's huge amounts of antioxidants, okay, flavonoids. These fight free radicals. You can read all the information on this. But the best thing, what I like to use, like I said, cacao for, not only it's loaded full of magnesium, but it helps you with your appetite suppression. And plus, it gives you superpower. It does have phenylethylamine, and that's why you want to try to get always real chocolate, because people think that this is like Nestle's chocolate or some chocolate that you buy at the store full of garbage. If you were going to buy a chocolate bar, try to get as much pure cacao as you can in there. Okay, most of the bars you'll see, they're only 20% cacao, 30%, 40%, 50%. That's why I make my own. I buy my own paste, and we have beautiful recipes. Dr. Robert Cassar, chocolate. Okay, and you can make it any way you want to. These are just ideas. Remember, I have an Earth Shift kitchen. I have all these products in my kitchen, and I can make anything I want. I don't buy that much at the store. Okay, I take money from what I would usually buy from the different stores, and I would exchange it over for superfoods. Superfoods do cost a little more money. Shoot, remember, we don't make money doing this. Okay, they do cost more money. They are more nutritionally packed full of what I call medicine. Okay, they're full of minerals. So this is the reason why you don't have to eat as much.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earth Shift Live radio talk show or therein.